Hey story lovers, and welcome to our month of horror. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the horror writing basics, so grab that pen. Wait, who are you?
Well, I'm you.
Well, you can't be me, I'm me.
No, I'm student you.
Oh.
Exactly, but don't worry, I won't be any more stupid than you were in school.
Well, that's very kind of you. Wait a minute. Welcome back, everyone. And you too, I guess. So the first things we need to go over are the three basic types of fear.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I don't like fear.
Well, you're gonna need fear if you're writing horror.
How much fear?
A whole lot.
Oh.
Right, so the first kind is repulsion. Exactly. So one of the aims of horror is to make your reader uneasy. And the way that repulsion or disgust works is that it causes a physical reaction in the reader's mind. What immediately comes to my mind is the opening death scene in Scream.
But that's a movie. We can't apply movies to writing a book.
Don't be stupid, of course we can. So, in the opening death of Scream, the first victim is cut gut to sternum, guts hanging out, blood everywhere, hanging from a tree. That's repulsion, and this is the type of fear that strikes a chord in the stomach of your audience.
I think I'm feeling sick.
Watch the Saw movies then. So, make sure that when you're writing horror, that you don't rely solely on this level of fear. Repulsion is a great component, but we're aiming for the trifecta of horror, which utilizes more elements than just this one guttural response. And that brings us to our next level of fear.
Being nice and eating popcorn?
No, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. No, I'm talking about terror. Think about The Shining.
Another movie?
No, I'm talking about the book. A perfect example of terror is when Danny is in the hallway and there's that fire hose coiled up on the ground and Danny has to get around it, and in his mind, that thing might rear up like a snake and bite him. Now, we've already had a lot of build-up in the story up to this point, so in our minds, we don't really know as the reader if this fear in Danny is warranted or not. It might be childish paranoia. On the other hand, we've seen some weird stuff happen in this hotel, so maybe it's warranted, maybe it actually will happen, and so that's one of the things that is going to build terror in us as the reader, because it might actually happen. It might bite him and wrap him up and smother him and kill him. At its core, terror is about playing with the imagination of the reader's mind and instilling a sense of fear in them based on what might happen. This is also the case for when a monster or serial killer is on the page physically, and they're maybe chasing your hero or have them trapped. Maybe they have them in their grasp, and so the terror is in the imagining of what's going to happen next. Is the hero going to die? Are they going to get hurt? Are they going to have everything they want and hope for taken away from them and torn out piece by piece and bit by bit until there's nothing left but despair?
Oh, come on, Teach. How bad is this gonna get?
Exactly! Terror is about making the reader ask, how bad is this going to get? Good job.
Not what I meant.
Moving on. Our third level is dread.
Why are you doing this to me?
In my opinion, dread is the strongest form of fear. Dread is waking up in the morning and getting your child's breakfast ready, only to find out that they didn't come home last night and the neighbors have no idea where they went. Dread is knowing that something is trying to hunt you down in that abandoned hospital, but you haven't identified what it is yet.
Please stop.
Dread is that feeling of knowing that the entire town has been overtaken by pod people and you're the only two left and there's no way to stop them from getting you.
There's no end to this, is there?
You've got it! You're really getting the hang of this. Let's move on to the next element of writing horror.
The happy ending?
The unknown. Picture this. You're alone in the cemetery. It's midnight, and you hear a strange croaking noise off in the distance. You don't know what it is or where it came from. Your mind starts playing a game of what was that? With horror writing, there's a constant play of the sense of the unknown, and we use this to put the reader's mind at unease. And that can startle the reader with the sense of the unknown. But, boo! Ah! So the next element of horror writing is going to be having relatable characters.
What are characters?
Come here! So, as I was saying, you can have every single scary tool in your story, but if the readers can't relate to your characters, then they really won't care what happens to them. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean that the readers have to like the characters. They don't have to like them at all, but they do have to relate to them on some kind of personal level. In essence, they have to have a reason to invest in them.
So, kind of like how one-dimensional flat characters are boring and dull and completely unrealistic, and so the reader doesn't really have a chance to get invested in them or believe that they're real on the page anyway, and therefore they don't really have any reason to care or fear for them or worry about them at all?
Yes, exactly that.
Exactly what?
You've got to be kidding me. Let's move on. So, something that goes hand in hand with the unknown is defying logic. That being something that someone probably doesn't have a problem with.
Huh?
Exactly. So, to get a sense of defying logic, let's look at cosmic horror, also known as Lovecraftian horror. This subgenre focuses on the supernatural unknown and combines it with existential dread. In essence, in this genre of horror, characters are dealing with something that they don't understand, such as reality-altering horrors or a space station that inhabits hell. Since the human mind tends to fear the unknown, having an element in your story that defies logic makes the reality of that fear potentially unknowable. And this can put a sense of hopelessness in the minds of your characters.
Teach, I gotta ask, is there anything about writing horror other than killing and scaring and building a sense of unending doom?
Great question. The last basic element of horror that I want to discuss with you is fun.
Let me guess. You think the various ways of killing my characters is gonna be thrilling?
No, I mean fun. The element of having fun.
Oh?
Yeah, you see, the reader can't be in a constant state of fear and dread, otherwise they have nothing to cheer for and root for and hope for. Putting the reader in a sense of complete hopelessness the whole time really doesn't make for a very pleasant reading experience. Fun is just as necessary of an element as any other in horror, whether it's your characters exploring a new town, or solving a mystery, or doing any other type of fun activity. Your readers and your characters at some point throughout the story should be having fun.
Ha! I gotta admit, I didn't see that one coming.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this content, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be informed about new content. Next week, we're reviewing the novelization of The Exorcist. Till next time.
Bye.